Loneliness does not always mean that your life is falling apart. Sometimes it means you're being separated from a life that no longer fits you, and you need to listen to this. Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello. We really just yap on here about motivation, self-love, all of that. But today I want to talk about something that really changed the trajectory of my life, and that is loneliness. For my people that feel lonely, being lonely does not mean you're failing at life. What you need to realize is we, the lonely people, are usually the ones outgrowing everyone else. A lot of people will think that being lonely means that there is something wrong with you. You don't have enough friends, you're not interesting enough, that somehow everyone else has life figured out and you just don't. But what if I told you loneliness is not failure? What if at this point where you feel lonely, this means your life is about to do a whole 360, your whole life is about to change? And this is coming from someone who has felt the utmost loneliness. About a year ago, I felt the loneliest I could ever. Honestly, I couldn't even imagine feeling that lonely. And looking back now, that was the best thing that has ever happened to me. All of that pain of being lonely, it was just something being created behind the scenes. A year ago, when I moved to Vegas, my life looked completely different. I had a stable job, I had friends, I had the nicest car. I had a life that looked normal. That was great. Literally, that all changed all at once. It wasn't just I lost this, and that in a couple of months. No, all at once. It was all taken away from me. And whoo, when I say rock bottom, I keep thinking I have hit rock bottom. No, this was rock bottom. Like, imagine having no car in Vegas, you're beefing with your roommate that you live with, you're not able to go anywhere, you got fired from your job, you have no source of income, you have literally nothing. So now I'm stuck at home, I'm beefing with my roommate, so I don't have anyone to speak to, and I'm not leaving my room. I was completely alone day after day. Like, I'm not sitting here telling you guys about loneliness, blah blah blah. No, I have really experienced it, and I'm sure you guys have too. There were so many days where the only person I spoke to was God. Like, yes, I love that, but that can drive someone absolutely insane. I felt like I was genuinely going insane. Loneliness really hits different when you don't have anything that you used to have that you took for granted. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I really did not think I'd make it through that time. There were some very questionable days. I was really losing my mind. I did not think I would get through it. The silence was so loud. I really think that people underestimate how loneliness really is. You wake up, you have no messages on your phone. You don't have anywhere to go. You don't have anyone to speak to. You don't even have anywhere to clock in. And you realize day after day, the only person you're talking to is your dog. I literally started to question, like, what did I do wrong? What did I do to get here? Is this the end? Did I lose my life? But you know what? After sitting there by myself and being only talking to God, I realized I have a choice. I can either sit here, cry, get even more depressed, or I can work my ass off and try to make something out of this. Everything stripped away, the only thing I had was myself. What I realized is that can either break you or it can build you. And I had to really sit there and realize, wait, I have made something out of nothing so many times. Like, get up. What are we doing? For me, what I tell people is when you are lonely, that's when you lean into your faith. Even when it was hard, even when I did not understand why am I so lonely, I prayed. I talked to God. I asked for direction. And guess what? I got the greatest direction. Being lonely, I started to see this vision for my life, and mind you, it did not match my reality at all. I'm sitting in this room. What I see, what I want my life to look like, looks nothing like there. But you know what? Since we're lonely, since we have no one, that gives me motivation. How do I get there? Here's what I want you guys to realize about loneliness. Loneliness is probably one of the greatest gifts you can have because it removes distractions. When you're constantly busy, you're constantly going out, you get distracted, and then you don't actually have to face yourself. So you're not growing. And I'm not saying this for everyone. I'm saying this for myself. I'm not sitting alone ever. I'm not really facing the things that are challenging me, as well as I'm not building anything. But when you are alone long enough, you start to question everything. You start thinking about your life differently. You start asking bigger questions, and you start thinking bigger. Like, what do I really want out of this life? And then on top of that, I'm so lonely. I don't have anyone telling me what to do. What am I capable of doing? If I don't have a boss, I don't have to go anywhere, I don't have to do anything, what really am I capable of? Because I was so lonely and I had nothing else to do but think and build something, I built a business. I took all this time of being lonely and learned. I spent all day learning and creating. I had a choice to either go back to the life and go achieve those things that I used to have, or completely change it. Do I want to go back to a 9 to 5, or do I want to actually do what I've always wanted, which was to have my own business, be able to travel anywhere. You have to change your perspective, because once I've changed my perspective that, oh, God literally took everything away from me so I could completely reset my life. Like, you are actually lucky if you are lonely. You are lucky if you are able to get to reset your whole life. For years, I cannot tell you how many jobs I've been through. I have always wanted freedom. I have always wanted to be my own boss, but I honestly never knew how to do it. I didn't have the direction. But with so much faith and delusion and loneliness, I was given that direction. But let me tell you, I 100% would have never been here today. Still have not had to work. That would have never happened if I was never isolated. That would have never happened if everything wasn't taken away from me. Loneliness forced me to create something, because when you're alone long enough, you either collapse or you create. And I chose to create, because I'm not going to sit here and rot and then there's gonna be no progress just sitting here rotting. You have to get up regardless. I genuinely started making these videos because I have always wanted to be a living testimony for you guys. My life looks completely different now. I have literally created freedom, and it's just so crazy to me that that was created during loneliness. That's what made me realize loneliness is a superpower. Pain is a superpower. It all is something bigger. You just need to learn how to use it to create and not destroy yourself. So if you are in a very lonely season right now, I want you to know that, one, you're not alone. Put your faith into something. And if anything, watch my videos on repeat. Just kidding, but you're not alone. Loneliness does not always mean that your life is falling apart. Sometimes it means you're being separated from a life that no longer fits you, and you need to listen to this. Sometimes loneliness is the space where your new life is being built, and it's beautiful. And then on top of that, you get more in touch with yourself, you get to know yourself, you grow tremendously. Some of the most powerful things you will build in your life will be built in silence, in rooms where nobody sees you, in times where you feel completely alone. But guess what? You're chosen, because not everyone has to feel this. Not everyone goes through terrible things. I always wondered, why do I have to go through the worst things? Why can't I have a normal life? You don't want a normal life. You're chosen if you get to go through these things, because you have the strength to build even more. So my lovelies, one day you're gonna look back and realize that loneliness was not the end of your story. Sometimes it is literally a total life reset. This was the beginning of the life that you're supposed to live. So have faith and trust and be delusional. Okay, lovelies, thank you for listening to me yap. If you listen to the end of this, I don't know my posting schedule right now, but I'm just glad to be back. But you will be seeing my face a lot. As well as, if you somehow did watch till the end of this, comment something down below that you struggle with, that you would love to hear me talk about, and see if I have any experience, because I promise you, I've probably experienced it as well. Okay, love you guys. Talk soon.